Hi guys, Panda here, and this is a build guide for my Ninja Blade Assassin on the Diablo 2 Pass of Diablo mod. For more information on what Pass of Diablo is and what changes the mod offers, please follow this link here. A legit copy of Diablo 2 is required to play this game. Now, let's get on with the build. This build uses Blade Throw and Blade Shield for DPS, and Blade Fury to supplement any proc effects you may have. Thanks to the new synergies added onto Blade Throw and Blade Shield, the added damage of Blade Throw can now easily reach over 1000. This damage is considered external added damage, much like those you would get from charms and jewels. This means that this damage does not suffer from the 50% weapon damage penalty inherent to the skill and can be buffed via off-weapon sources of enhanced damage, such as those coming from your gear and auras. This build also requires no attack speed, and your weapon does not lose durability from using blade skills, so you can use ethereal weapons as well. It is recommended that you do not spec into this build until a minimum of level 75 when you gain access to your Torch and Annie, but it is playable at 65 when you gain access to your Phoenix. As always, please assume that 1 point should go into each prerequisites for any skills that are listed. Upon respec, your skill priority is as follows. Start by putting 5 points into Burst of Speed, 1 point into Cloak of Shadows, 1 point into Fade, and then max out Blade Throw, Blade Fury, and Blade Shield. From here, max out Cloak of Shadows and put whatever points you have left into Fade. 1 point can be added to Mind Blast and Shadow Warrior to offer some utility and crowd control as well. The core items this gear requires is Fortitude Armor and Phoenix Shield. Together, they offer 700% enhanced damage, which as mentioned earlier, will work on the added damage on your skill as well. For damage, a Last Wish made in an Zerker Axe would offer the highest DPS because Might offers a huge boost to your damage. Your second best would be a Grief made in an Ethereal Etten Axe. Many people have asked me why not use a Death instead of a Grief. There are several reasons for this, but the biggest one is attack rating issues. Blade skill AR is equal to your normal attack. This build have very little sources for attack rating. You will only have about 30 to 40% chance to hit regular monsters and even less against bosses. Therefore, ignore target defense becomes the most important stat to have on your weapon. The only reason Grief was not used in Vanilla D2 is because the added damage effect were getting applied after external buffs and thus did not get affected by auras or Fortitude and Phoenix. Although the ignore target defense does not work against bosses on Grief, the minus 25% target defense does. Death does offer 20% to AR, but because your base AR is so low, this doesn't do much for your accuracy. Crushing Blow offered by Death is also weakened because blade skills are projectiles, which means the effect of Crushing Blow is halved. With your remaining gear slots, you will be aiming to hit 86% faster hit recovery and as much resistances as you can get. Remember to largely overcap your lightning resistance if you are planning to go against Ubermeth. Here are my current gear and some alternatives. For Helm, I'm using a Corrupted Gillem's Face for the faster hit recovery with 3 Ruins for resistances. A Vampire Gaze for the Leech and DR or a Giant Skull for the knockback can also work great for the build. I'm using a Blood Fist Gloves also for the faster hit recovery. If you are able to supplement your faster hit recovery elsewhere, you can swap this out for a nice pair of Blood Gloves or Dracula's as well. For boots, I recommend a Sandstorm, also for the faster hit recovery. Against Ubers, you can also put on Marrowwalk to cast Life Tap, or get a pair of Gore Riders for hard DPS. A nice faster hit recovery belt with life and all resistances will be best, otherwise you can use a String of Years or Verdongles. Thunder God's Vigor can also work nicely against Ubermeth for the lightning absorb. For Amulet, I recommend using a Highlords for the Deadly Strike. Maras can also work great to help with your resistances as well. You will want a Ravenfrost and a Wisp Protector for your ring, otherwise a rare dual leech ring with resistances will work great as well. On weapon switch, I'm using a Reaper's Toll for the Decrepify to break physical immune monsters. Remember that Blade Throw cannot proc the curse, so use Blade Fury instead. Together with Blade Shield, it won't take long to apply if not instantly. You can also use a Lawbringer for the curse as well. On your Mercenary, you want an offensive Merc from Act 2 using an Infinity to reduce the defense of bosses and to boost your AR with Blessed Aim. This concludes my build video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all have fun in Season 4 of Path of Diablo. Feel free to pop into my livestream to say hi and be on the lookout for my future video guides.